Hi, my name's Denise McCabe and I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia on the New South Wales Central Coast, and this is my Makeup Monday for Monday the 24th of June 2024. Today I'm going to play with another bundle. It's a bundle that's in the online exclusive, so it's not in the annual catalogue, but all bundles, at stamp die bundles at the moment, are reduced another 10%. So that includes the online exclusive stamp die bundles as well as the stamp die bundles in the annual catalogue. So I'm going to play with one of those. It's another one of my favourites. I can't choose. There are just too many favourites. So let's switch down to the craft desk and we can get started. Okay. So I've got my bits and pieces here. This is the petal pink and white diagonal trim ribbon. That's in the annual catalogue. It comes with the white and the petal pink. So I'm going to use that today, I'm pretty sure. Basic grey, and this is the bundle, Magnolia Mood. It was released, I think, just after Christmas. I think it was February, in the online exclusives, and it's still there, still available. So this is what we're playing with today, and here's my little green sticker. That tells me it's an online exclusive on my stamp shelf, but that's not staying, so I'll have to deal with that. So yeah, that I just label my sets that are online exclusives, and then I know they're not in a catalogue. So that's the bundle we're playing with. It's got all these beautiful dies in it, but we're just going to use stamps, ink and paper. That's what we're doing today, and stamping blends, but they're ink. That's ink. So I've got my cardstock ready here. So I've got my A5 cardstock cut at 10.5 centimeters, cut in half. So it's A4 sheet of cardstock cut in half, 10.5 centimeters, scored at 14.9. Now everybody knows I like tent fold cards, so it's not unusual for me to do that. I've got my matting piece, 10 centimeters by 14.4, and I have written down imperial measurements if you'd prefer those. And then I've got a piece of basic black, 8 centimeters by 11 centimeters, and that's the imperial there. And another piece of basic, so this is thick basic white, my card base, and this is normal basic white, and this is the normal basic white, and this one is 7.5 by 10.5 centimeters. And I've just got a spare piece of basic white to do my stamping of my Magnolia on. So if you're wanting to take a screenshot of those measurements, I'll just leave those there for a little bit. It's chilly again today here on the Central Coast, and raining on and off. So it's becoming, well, every weekend is wet, just about. And it's becoming a bit monotonous, let me tell you. Okay, so let's get a thick basic white card base and fold it over and score it down. I am still managing to get my daily walks in with Rosie. We do go. She has a raincoat, I have a rain jacket, and off we toddle. And an umbrella is needed some days. We're trying to do it in between rain showers, but that's getting a little bit more challenging each day with the rain persisting. Okay, so that's my layer, and then this is this piece. So I'll bring in some paper. Oh, see, this is my paper, I think, from last week's card and a cuppa. But sometimes it's easier to have your paper. And I shall get my large block out of my little drawer here, because I'll need that for my Magnolia. And I should have got that out before I started, but I didn't. Silly me. I'll leave that one out because that could be a good one for my sentiment. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to get this beautiful image out, and it is a distinctive one, I'm pretty sure, because it's just so beautiful. So I'm just going to pull that out and put it on my block, and I'm going to use this sentiment, just a note to let you know that you are loved. I think that's a really nice sentiment, so I'm going to use that. So I'll put that on my little block for my sentiment and put that to one side, and I will get this die. This die is the one that cuts the stamped image out. There are these other beautiful dies that you can use, but I'm not going to today. And I'm just looking at the dies. All these dies would also fit through the mini cut emboss machine, and the cut emboss machines are also currently 10% discounted until the end of June. And these ones, I'm pretty sure that one will fit. This one is my only one. I'm a bit, no, that would fit going that way, not this way, but it'd go like that. So the mini cut emboss machine is a great little machine to get started. There's not a lot of embossing folders that go through the mini cut emboss machine. So if you were really wanting something for the embossing folders, it's probably not the one to get, but the large cut emboss machine is also discounted at the moment. Look, that little green sticker is not wanting to play and is not wanting to stay on my stamp set. So I am going to deal with it now because it's just being very naughty. There we go. I've dealt with it. It's not coming off now. Okay, so with my basic grey, and I'm using basic grey because I'm not a real big fan of the black memento ink pad. I don't find I get a great image with it. I have heard somebody bought the white craft ink pad. Now when you buy the white craft ink, it comes, it comes with uninked and with a re-inker. And I have seen a demonstrator get one of these, so you'll get the white ink re-inker, but get one of these and ink it up with black memento. And I'm thinking of doing that because I do like the foam ink pads better. So I am thinking of doing that with my black memento. I just haven't got around to doing it just yet. But let me show you. I don't know if you can see the difference, but the black memento is like a, I don't know what you'd call it. It's a coarser ink pad. It's not a foam ink pad. And I just struggle, even though I re-ink it, I struggle to get a good image sometimes, particularly on bigger stamps. So I am going to try and do that with my black memento onto the white craft ink pad that comes uninked. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If I do it, I will let you know how it goes. So this is basic grey. So I'm just inking it up. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp around my background piece. And because it's a cling red rubber stamp, I don't need the matte underneath. And so the basic grey is giving me a more subtle look than what black would, but that's okay. I'm going to put one here. So I'm creating my own background by doing this. And actually I'm going to get this one out as well to give it a little bit more interest. The background a little weeny bit more interest. That one's not going to fit on that block. Or is it? No, I do need the D block. And you know what? I might even get the other little flower out. So I haven't prepared one ahead of time, which I normally do. So you're just seeing me do this on the fly today. So let's hope it's successful. So I'm just inking that up again. Pressing that down. Okay, now let me get this one. there. And I might I think I might do this one here. So it's nice to create your own background sometimes. It just really works nicely. Just trying to see if I can get that. I don't want to, I want, this is what I'll do. I'll get this bud. There we go. Now I'm not going to worry about the centerpiece because, let me pick up my die. It's going to be covered with these two pieces of cardstock. So I've got it going around the outside and it's looking quite nice. So it's going to get covered up. So I've finished with those ones. So I'll move those to one side. I will bring in my piece that I'm going to die cut. Move that up nicely. Press it down. Sometimes just stamps, ink and paper are a really good option. I'll put that one over here. I should probably clean as I go, but I'm not doing that. Okay, so let me get these measurements off. And I will get this lovely sentiment. I'm just going to stamp it here. I think my basic grey needs re-inking as well, so that could be a problem. Well, not a problem, but I could be getting a nice darker image if it had been re-inked. But that's okay. Now is that straight? Is that straight? I think it's straight. Yep, that looks straight. Okay, so we shall close up our basic grey. Put that one over there too. Okay, now I'm going to bring in my little cut emboss machine to die cut this image. So let me just grab that. Although that's not going to go through, I will have to trim that down. Yeah, I will have to trim it down. So let me do that so that it goes through the machine. Okay, just bear with me while I grab it. As you can see, it's only got a little platform. That's why I had to trim this down. Oh no, that's going to be fine now. So you need platform 1, platform 2, and this will be this. I'll stand up to do it so that I get it nice. And I've got some tape here to secure my die with because it will move. It always does on me. So let me just pop this down here and get it lined up beautifully. I will be putting a little bit of colour onto my Magnolia, but I like to cut before I colour in case I cut terribly or my die moves and I've done all that colouring for nothing. So let me just pop this in and we'll push that in and it will grab. So yes, this is normally $110 or $115 I think it is, but it's 10% off at the moment, the little cut emboss machine. But as I said, most of the embossing folders don't go through the small cut emboss machine. There's only a few. Okay, let's see how well I went with my die cutting. Yeah, that's not too bad. Could be better, but it's not too bad. So let me just get rid of my little machine. And we might get rid of this piece of paper now. Sometimes it's just good to have a piece of paper. It just sort of helps. So let's pop our die back in our case before we lose it. We don't want to lose it. Okay, and now I'm going to get some stamping blends out. Okay, so let me see. I think I've only got one Mossy Meadow, so I don't have a light and dark of that anymore. It's gone to God. So I shall use Old Olive, which is my favourite. And we might use Petal Pink. Just for a little hint of colour. I think, oh, I might need a yellow as well. Let's get Lemon Lolly. Okay, so I am just going to colour in my leaves. So I've got my dark Old Olive. That's beautiful. And I just go down the vein of the leaf and then just a little bit more like so. I'll just do 2 leaves at a time because the blends do dry, and it's good to get your lighter one on before it dries out. This is light Old Olive. So once again I'm just going to come back in here with my light blend and just blend that out. So it's a bit boring watching me colour, but you've got to put a bit of colour on this beautiful stamped image. And you can use the brush tip or the bullet tip, whichever you prefer. So that's that one done. I'll just get this one done, and then we'll continue on. There we go, that's that. Those 2 done. Let me get my dark again, and I just go down the vein of the leaf and just a little bit from the centre vein I do out. I mean, you can do this any way you like. This is just the way I do it. I'll just do the 2 and then I'll get my light Old Olive back. And then I just colour it in, and then I go back over to blend the dark into the light. So just go down. So sometimes it's good just to do stamps, ink and paper or cardstock because it shows that you can get nice cards out of just minimal product. And that's always a good idea. It's nice to have everything, but you know, sometimes you can't afford everything. Well, quite often you can't afford everything. Okay, the last leaf. Yep. Okay, that's the dark, this is the light. So the stamping blends are alcohol markers, and you can use them with black Memento ink and any of the classic inks, the classic ink pads. They work with that. They won't work with StazOn. They will make the StazOn bleed. So don't try StazOn ink with your stamping blends. Okay, so they're my leaves done. Okay, so let's get some. I'm just thinking, how much petal pink do I want? That's the dark. Let's see what the light's like. Okay, let's just put it on where the lines of the stamped image are. So we don't have to really do a lot of colouring with this petal pink. It's just going to give a little bit of subtle colour. So this is dark petal pink. So now I will grab my light petal pink and we'll just go back over it. Just putting a little bit of colour onto it. And blending those dark lines in. Yep, the nib on this light petal pink is going a bit yucky. I'll have to replace it. So I'm going to go to the bullet end. That's the best way. If your nib starts going a bit trashy, go to your bullet end. Okay. And that can blend the dark in as well. And the bullet end is a bit sturdier too. It's sort of a bit tougher. Oh, look at that. There's one there that I hadn't done. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to just get my dark petal pink and go up here on the bud. We've got a magnolia tree next door and hubby was cutting back some trees to let more sunlight into our courtyard, and we can now see that magnolia and it's full of buds, so it'll be very lovely. We will get the benefit of it blooming when it blooms. But with all our shrubs up high, we couldn't even see the tree, so very nice that we've got a magnolia there. And I think it's a pink one. We actually have a white and yellow one in our front yard. But yeah, so this is lemon lolly, and I'm just going to do the, is it the stamen? I'm just using the dark one, just putting a little bit of ink on that. That's nice. That's probably enough. So let's move those to one side and I will hold this up. So that's my magnolia, just with a little hint of a little hint of petal pink. It's not even petal pink. It's, oh yes it is, it's petal pink, not pretty in pink. There's the names of our stamp colours just confusing me a little bit at the moment. Okay, so let's bring our card back in. I am going to put this down flat with my glue onto my card base. This glue pot can't be empty because it's pretty new, unless I've been doing a lot of work and didn't realise I'd used so much of it. I'm sure I only got it out last weekend, but maybe I've used it so much. So I'm just matting that down onto my card base, like so. And I'm going to mat this onto my black. So that next order I do, I will get a, I think I will get a crafting pad, a craft white ink pad, and ink it up with black memento and see how much I like it better. I'll give it a whirl. Okay, so that's that, and I'm going to pop that up. I was going to say the black memento ink pad is like, it's Hessian. Hessian's not the right word. I can't explain it, but it's not a foam ink pad like our classic inks. And I do think the foam ink pad inks up your stamp a lot better. Okay, so I'm going to bring that down closer and just eyeball this and hope my eyeball is centered. There we go. And then I've got my stamped image. I don't know if I need my take your pick tool. I've got my stamped image there. And where is my ribbon? So, and I believe this white spool, you can colour it with your blends. So if you, I mean, I don't need to because I've got a petal pink one, but if you did a card with a colour and you wanted the ribbon to match, you can colour it. Now, I haven't even opened this petal pink one, so let me just get that layer of plastic off. There we go. Oh, that's better. And I'm just going to tie a bow before I work out where I want to place it. It's gorgeous ribbon. Can you see how gorgeous this is? It's got that diagonal line through it, and it's just lovely. So let me just tie a bow, and I want my diagonals to show. It's not diagonal, and oh, it kind of is, but not the same. So I'm going to twist my bow so that it shows both ways. Does that make sense? Like, I've got the correct side facing up. That comes back to my sewing days, having the wrong side of the fabric and the right side of the fabric. I want the right side of my bow showing, not the other side. Does that make sense? I think I'm just waffling today. I'll try not to waffle. Okay, I think that could go down there. So let me get my ribbon scissors. So that's that. I will trim that up in a minute. I am going to pop this up on dimensionals as well, to give it a bit of oomph. I'm probably putting way too many dimensionals on this, but you know, I don't care. That's probably overkill, but that's okay. We can overkill if we want to. No. Okay, let's just position this on our, I'm just trying to work out, I think I like it going like that. Yes, decision made. Now I've just got to get my bow to do what I want it to do. And we can put it down here. So its little tails will need cutting, but that's okay. You could use linen thread if you didn't want to use a bow, but I just thought this bow was nice. Ribbon was nice, and it matched the colour of our magnolia. There we go. So let me let me just trim. I think that looks good. Okay, put my glue dots back. Now the last thing we need is some bling. I'm thinking that's centered and straight. I'm hoping it's centered and straight. So let me grab my bling tin and let's have a look. Now I know there's the petal pink coffee swirls, and I think that would look very nice actually. So you can mix and match the bling. Just because this goes with the Latte Love Suite, you can mix and match the bling with other things, and these are perfect because they're petal pink. So let me just pop one here, and I can pop one down here, and where shall I pop the next one? See, I always struggle with the third one, don't I? Maybe here. I might move this one. Yeah, there we go. So they're the Latte Love ones, and I've used the petal pink ones. There's pecan pie, which are all gone on this pack, petal pink and white, but they look more cream. So that is our card today. Do you like it? I I think it looks pretty nice. I mean, you could put a bit of Wink Stella on it, but I don't want to. I think that would look yucky. I don't know. I just don't think it needs shimmer. So that's using our beautiful Magnolia Mood. Normally it's $96.25 when you buy the bundle. Take another 10% off, so take another $9.62 off. And my head can't work that out, but that's around about $86 at the moment until the end of June. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me just, oh look at that, I've already come back to my face and I've got it sorted. I don't know if that's going to show up. I think my lamps are too bright for it. Anyway, I'll take a photo and put it on the on my blog. So I hope you enjoyed that. So have a look at all the bundles. There's only 1 week to go for the 10% discount, further 10% off them. Have a look at them, and if you want them, get them now so you save a little bit more money. So thanks for watching today, and I shall see you on Wednesday the 26th of June for my Facebook Live at 3 p.m. But it's going to be my Make and Create event. So anybody who ordered from me during the month of May, I've sent out little card packs to you, and we're going to make a lovely card on Wednesday at 3 p.m. in my normal card and a cuppa time. So I'll see you then. Have a great start to the week, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Bye for now.